is time for another TBR, and I'm actually really excited about this month because I'm hoping to just kind of throw caution to the wind, do whatever, and just enjoy the month of July. I have been seriously slumping. I haven't really wanted to pick up books. Every time I go to sit down and read, I'll read like 10 pages and then put it down and not want to look at it again, and I really want to get out of that mojo moving into the month of July. July is halfway through the year. It is a new start, a new set. I don't have any readathons that I know of going on in the month of July, and so I think it's going to be good to just kind of read whatever, do whatever, and vibe throughout the month. It is summer, maybe I'll read outside. Like, I'm hoping to get a little bit of mojo back. So that's what this TBR is here to help me do, is get some mojo back. So we're going to play my TBR game, TBR Bluff. As you can see, there are squares on the board. Each square has a corresponding die. I have to roll 5 die and try to find the prompt on the board. If I can't find it, I have to roll a spinner wheel and add a roll. Normally in the month, I also do an extra roll if I didn't finish my TBR from the month prior, but honestly, I haven't really been following that rule over the last few months. I kind of threw that out the wayside in the beginning of the year because of how just slumpy I've been in general. So we're going to continue to throw that out the window, and we are just going to be reading, vibing, and not worrying about adding an extra roll this month, unless of course I land on a spinner wheel, but like not on the front side, you know? So we're going to be doing 5 rolls, and I'm really excited about this month's TBR. I have a couple of buddy reads and read-alongs that accidentally ended up happening, and we'll talk about those later, but like I said, no readathons that I am aware of. So that means no more fanfare, we can jump into the TBR. So we are getting to start off on a completely clean board, which feels so nice for a new reset month. So let's see what hopefully amazing books we can get. Okay, so that got us 2 6s, a 3, a 4, and a 1. So we're definitely going to keep the 2 6s, and let's see if we can get anything else. Because we're clean, I don't really have like a preference, but there's a lot of good 6s. Okay, I always say I re-roll when they roll off, even though that's really annoying because that would have been perfect. So that got us 3 6s, which is still not helpful. So one more time, worst case, we'll have special edition. Yep, okay, so we're going to be going with special edition for our first pick. So for our very first roll, we got a special edition, and honestly, I don't have a ton of special editions sitting on my shelves right now. I did a TBR Bluff not too long ago where I was able to read 2 of my more recent special editions. So the most recent one on my shelves currently is Verity Guild by Maya Corland. I have read by this author before and did not like it. I read 5 Broken Blades and was like, not really vibing. But I did see that there was some promise there. Like, there was a character that I was super interested in. I just felt like the writing felt a little flat for me, and the story, like the characters just didn't have enough juice to keep me interested. So I'm hoping that now that she's got a full series behind her, that this will end up working really, really well for me. It is absolutely stunning. This is the Fairy Loot edition. I don't know a lot about this other than it is a locked room mystery, which again scares the ever-living crap out of me because I'm not usually a mystery and fantasy girl. But they're not usually locked room, and typically my issue with mystery, like murder mysteries in fantasy, is that that's all the book is, and so it ends up being very slow and character driven, and there's not a lot of like plot and actual murder happening, because once the first murder happens, there's no more murder, which is sad, by the way. I don't know what that says about me. I end up not really loving because I feel like the pacing is so slow, but a friend of mine, Claire, just read this one and she really, really liked it, and so I'm hoping that I will enjoy it as well. It's absolutely stunning, so I really, 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 really hope that I love it. Will I get to it this month? I hope so. I would like to stay a little bit more caught up on the special editions coming in so that I don't have like a big backlist, but fingers crossed for me. Roll number 2. Ooh, 2 5s, 2 3s, and a 2. 2 5s and 2 3s. That is a weapon on the cover. That sounds fun. We're gonna go with that. Next up, we got a weapon on the cover, and this is where we can talk about some of the roped-in buddy reads. We were going to take the month of July off from my Patreon. Every month we do a buddy read, and this month we were just going to reset and have a good time and just kind of catch up on any of the past buddy reads people weren't able to get to. And then I had a Delulu idea, and my delusion was encouraged, and we ended up with not 1 read-along, but 2. So I have now agreed to a read along of the Black Dagger Brotherhood series by J.R. Ward, as well as the Dark Fever series by Karen Marie Moning. Both of these books would fit in for this prompt. I actually didn't realize Dark Lover had a dagger on it. Makes sense, it's the Black Dagger Brotherhood series, and then this is a special edition that I have from Arcane, and this obviously has her holding a dagger on it. I think I'm going to be putting Dark Fever officially on the TBR, but we do have both of these. This is going to be a super low-key, not even month-to-month buddy read. Just kind of read them when you can, when you get to them. If you read 2 in 1 month and not 1 the next month, who cares? But kind of the idea is that we're going to be alternating back and forth between these two. So like this one in July, this one in August, etc., etc. There is new editions of the Black Dagger Brotherhood coming out in August, so it's actually relatively good timing. But like, what did I agree to? What did I say yes to? On top of our usual buddy reads. Like, this is not replacing our usual buddy reads. Anyway, it's Delusion, it's fine. But the Fever series by Karen Marie Moning is one of my favorite series of all time, and I'm really scared to reread these because I love them so much. I haven't reread them in years, and I used to reread honestly once a year. Anytime I couldn't figure out what to read, I would pick up this series. But over the last like 4 to 5 years since BookTube started, I really haven't been rereading a lot of books in general, and I have been scared of this one. I don't know if my taste is the same. I don't know if I'm gonna love it, but the series holds such a special place in my heart that I really, really hope I do. And patrons just said they wanted to see me cry. So if you want to see me cry, if I don't love it, I guess come to the Patreon. This is following Michaela, and her sister has gone missing while studying abroad in Dublin, Ireland. So she decides that she is going to go try to figure out what happened to her sister. And when she gets there, she realizes that she can see the Fae and gets pulled into a world battle between the Fae and the humans that somehow her sister also got roped up in. We have a very grumpy guy named Barons that owns a library that agrees to help her, but there's a lot more to Barons than seems, and it's just such a good slow burn urban fantasy. And honestly, with my slump, paranormal urban fantasy is kind of like what I grew up with reading. It's my comfort space, it's my safe space, and so I'm really excited to pick up these two series again, reread something familiar, and hopefully that will help me get out of my slump. Same thing with this one. This is an old familiar series. I actually stopped somewhere around book like 12, and so I do want to catch up. Because this is an old school paranormal romance, it is very, very long. I think there's like 20 something books planned, so I don't think we're gonna get to all of those. Honestly, I didn't commit to all of those, but we're just gonna read until we get tired of them, and I'm excited to pick this one up as well. So I hope it's gonna be really, really fun and not too much with the extra buddy reads, because there is one other book club book that we have not gotten on the TBR yet. But you know what? We live in Delulu world, and these are super low key. Like if I don't get to them, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so that got us 2 3s and 2 4s. Oh, it feels so nice to have a clean board and not have to stress about what is covered up, which gave us a Romantasy. Then we got Romantasy. This is a little bit of a stretch. It's a dystopian Romantasy. I'm going to be going with The Shadows That Listen. This is a newer book, a debut book, and I actually just bought the special edition of it. I read like the first 4 chapters, and Fairy Loot was doing their sale, and I was like, I really want to see if I'm going to enjoy this to buy it, and I did quite a bit. I actually planned to continue reading it, and then life just happened and slump happened, and I didn't, but it's not a DNF. Like, I fully plan to continue to read it. This is about a world where angels and demons destroyed it, and so humans can only really come out during the day, and then they have a pact with the angels to beat back demons at night. But now the angels aren't doing what they said they were going to do, and so the humans and their like FBI task force is now being sent back out at night to try to fight back the demons. And just the beginning of it was so much fun. It was so vibey. I feel like this is not a super stretch because Angels and Demons gives me urban fantasy, romantasy, even though we're set in like a dystopian post-apocalyptic world. So I think it will count, but I don't know. I'm really excited to read this one, and so I wanted to get it on the TBR somewhere. Like I said, I have a special edition coming, so if I don't love it, I'm going to be very, very sad, because the special edition of this one is absolutely stunning, and I think it's going to be beautiful when it comes in. Not to like October, but it's going to be beautiful when it comes in. Roll number 4. Three 5s and 2 2s. Oh my gosh, we are living in the first roll bliss right now. And this is a fun one because that is a pull pick. Then we got a poll pick, and I have had a poll running. I will be honest, I really haven't had it running for very long, so I don't think that we are going to have a clear winner. However, I'm looking at it on my computer right now, and Patreon said bet. So I gave them 5 different options. The first was Because I Killed Him by Edith Birdie. A lot of people have been reading this one right now and hyping it up, and so I want to be in on the hype. It is a dystopian roaring 20s, which sounds really cool, romance. Then we also had Anatomy of Magic by Alexis L. Bernard. This is an urban fantasy by a favorite author of mine. She wrote the House of Bane and Blood series that I absolutely loved. Again, I'm trying to get as much paranormal, romance, urban fantasy, dystopian, like the genres that I'm eating up right now on the TBR as possible. So I wanted to add that one. And then Beyond the Maples by Kay Peach is another dystopian where the world is kind of post-apocalyptic and her family needs medicine, and when she runs out of that medicine, she agrees to go into the army to try to get like more money, and it has like a training aspect to it. I've heard it's really dark and gritty. We also had The Poisoned Daughter by Sheila Matterson. This is a standalone romance with arranged marriage, one of my favorite tropes, and Her Touch Can Kill that I've heard really good things about. I am supposed to be getting a special edition of this, but honestly, I don't know when it's gonna come in. It got pushed back. And then a Web of Vows and Vengeance by Aria Ashbrook. This is one that I've been seeing blow up on TikTok recently that has been compared to Fourth Wing and has Deadly Trials in it. It sounds really intriguing, and again, something that I could just kind of breeze and fly through. So those were all of their options, and I truly didn't think we would have a clear winner because I haven't had this poll up very long, but Anatomy of Magic is currently like winning by a landslide. So that is what's going to tentatively go on the TBR for right now. We'll see if that ends up changing because I'm not going to close it just yet. I'm going to give them through like tomorrow, but I don't really see, based off of the poll, anything else pulling ahead at this point. And our final roll number 5. Two sixes, a 5, and 2 2s. So 2 6s, I'm sorry, 2 1s. 2 6s and 2 1s is a backlist book. I'm gonna have to think about that one a little bit. And then last but not least, we have a backlist book, and for this one, I'm going to be going with Fated Throne by the Twisted Sisters. This is one that I've been trying to like read through recently, and it's kind of like the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. I can pick this series up anytime that I'm feeling slumpy, anytime I'm not sure what to read, and just, you know, go and vibe. They have great audiobooks, and I have really been struggling with audiobooks recently, which is a large part of my reading because I read to and from work, and so I have really been like struggling to read recently because of that, and I just think that this is a great one to add to the TBR. I gave the previous book, like the book before this, 5 stars and absolutely loved it, and I'm hoping that this continues that mojo. I'm a little bit scared because I've heard they start to go downhill about halfway, which is 5 and 6, but I think that I could continue to love this one, and then maybe it's the next one that gets a little bit scary, but I'm really excited to dive back into this world, pick this series back up. It's following twin sisters, and they were found in the human realm and told that they were heirs to a Fae throne, and they were like, what the heck are you talking about? So they agreed to go back and get basically the inheritance that came with the throne. They don't actually want the throne itself, but in order to get that inheritance, they have to survive the Zodiac Academy. But there are 5 boys that thought that they were going to be the heirs to the throne, and so they are going to do everything that they can in order to keep these girls from succeeding. It is a bully romance, especially in the very beginning, and then we take a little bit of a turn more into like the romantic-y, true romantic-y fun realm, and I don't know, these books are just fun. They're not white shoes, but they kind of give that vibes with like lots of love triangles and the twin sisters, and there's lots of guys, and the side characters are just really, really fun. I just vibe through these. Like, they're just so much fun to read, and I do really want to continue the series and finish it off soon-ish. I'm not gonna say by the end of the year because that feels like too big of a commitment, but soon-ish. Okay, so that is my TBR for the month of July. It's really just going to be kind of a vibes TBR. We do have one last book to put on there that I did not get on the TBR, and that is, I think, is it Sword? Prince of Swords by Elise Kova. This is the second book to the Arcana Academy series that I read with our Patreon last year. I run the Not So Indie Archive, which is a book club for my 2nd and 3rd tiers on Patreon with Cassidy from Covers with Cassidy, and it's just such a fun time to like chat about books every month, and we're going to be doing this sequel because we all loved the first book so so much. I gave the first book 5 stars, and I really hope that I end up loving the second one. It's got such good like tarot magic that's really, really unique, and the romance is kind of like arranged marriage, a brooding guy, but I really fell in love with like the world, and we've got like twists and turns that happened at the end of book 1, and I'm just really excited to see where everything goes. So hopefully we will all end up loving that. I'm really excited to chat about it with everyone. So those are the 6 books slash 7 if you count Dark Lover on my TBR for the month of July. Let me know what you guys are planning to read. Are you excited for the month? Are you just gonna kind of vibe? Do you have a TBR? Like, what are your plans down in the comments below? If you just want to let me know that you were here and hanging out, I have a Celsius with a kiwi guava on it, so some kind of fruit, down in the comments below. If you want to see previous TBR bluffs, I will leave them up on the screen for you guys to check out. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.